What up, everybody? It is Thursday night, and we're here to play some Umineko Golden Fantasia. I know nothing about this game, but I'm downloading it right now. I just bought it so I could play it with Aevee. We spent the last hour trying to get random fight cage shit to work, and shit was just super broken. I could not figure out how to get it to work. I have all the fucking ROMs I wanted, and yet the thing just didn't work. So we in there, and we're just gonna try and play this instead, which is on Steam. It has rollback netcode, and I think it's a tag fighter. I don't know shit about Umineko, so that's why we got the homie Aevee, who I'm gonna call right now, and she's gonna tell me what's good. Ba-da-doom, ba-da-doom. Hello, hello.
Hello. How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm doing good. It feels like so long since we got to play, since we skipped last week due to stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. It was pretty nice. I made some food with my best friend, which is what I usually do on Thanksgiving.
It's a good way to spend
Um,
Thanksgiving. Did you was
yeah,
it was it
so it was so
vegetarian?
fun. Yeah, it was.
What'd you make?
Um, yeah, we made some oh, what was it? It was really, really good.
I believe you.
Um, Thank you. I would never lie about it.
So, for the benefit of the stream, I was just explaining that we spent the last hour or so trying to get Fight Cage shit to work. I wanted to play Sailor Moon with you. I thought it'd be really cool if we played the Gundam Wing fighting game. Uh, I
Oh,
wanted to play. Oh, what else? I wanted to play Rival Schools. All this good stuff, but alas, we couldn't get Fight Cage to work the way that it needed to work, which was pissing me off. And I tried to patch Melty, and it set off the fucking uh, the Windows malware shit. So I was like, well, this actually probably means it's a legit update, but I wasn't trying to get my recreational PC owned by ransomware or some shit. So here we are. I'm downloading Umineko. It's got about like another minute or two. What the hell am I getting myself into?
that's a really good question. I barely know the answer to that question. Um, I know the lore. I know the
Okay.
lore this time backwards and
Oh,
forwards.
awesome.
Um, from what I understand, from like the 5 minutes I tried playing it and the anime Evo from earlier this year that I watched to try and understand it, it is a anime 2v2 tag fighter.
Okay.
Um, it's anime, but it's grounded anime. So
Yeah.
this is way more uni. There's no universal air dash. There is one character that has an air dash, but no universal air dashes.
Okay.
Um, uh, there are definitely there's a whole big tag system, like the way that like guard cancels and bursts kind of work through the the tag team system.
Mm-hmm.
um and there are also like tag combos, like there's offensive tagging as well. um Very unique to this game, your health bar is both characters' health bars combined.
Okay.
There's not, you can't KO the characters individually,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like Marvel rules, and it's not like Tekken Tag
Yeah.
2 rules either. Um, the way that it gets balanced is by a couple of different systems.
Okay.
One is there's recoverable health. If it's the you can actually see it. It's that kind of like shaded part of the health bar up
Yeah.
there. It's kind of like a little grayed out. The other thing is that your guard bar doesn't go down
Okay.
ever
Okay.
unless unless you use the tag switching mechanic.
I see.
That's the thing that makes your guard break bar go down. And once you get a guard break, you're just like vulnerable and you can get
And so,
comboed out of it.
sorry, real quick. When you said the health bar is shared, there's one health bar shared between two characters.
One health bar shared between two characters, yes.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
And the other, so the mechanics that force you to do switching, because otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
like you wouldn't have to. And in this game, actually, there's passive abilities that the characters grant to the other partner.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, so there's some wacky team building as well. The other major mechanic is that you only build meter for the reserve character.
Ooh.
So like you see the bar, so like there's that golden wing under the health bar with like a big 4.
Yeah.
Under Angie.
Yeah.
So that's her meter, and you can see her partner has the bar underneath as well. That's her meter. So it's the only one that's going up is Shannon, her reserve character.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Well, fuck it. Let's just jump in and play some games.
Yeah. That's the basics of the weird system. I'll tell you all about these weird characters. I guess I know which ones are really broken from the ones that I saw the tournament footage of.
All right, well, come on, Steam. Give me that good setup. Seriously, I'm so annoyed with video games right now. I just went from like I had to stay on my work PC a little bit. It's weird to say I had to stay at work late because I didn't have to stay at work late because I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. But I'm annoyed because I had to deal with like build like after hours broken build issues, and then I hop in this and try and get this set up and blah 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 blah. All right, let's see. Okay, I guess this is just reading as a Xbox controller. So we got weak, medium, strong. We got tag button. Sure, we'll map taunt. Why not? A buttery Jesus. Thank you for the resub. Holy shit, that name is godlike.
Just a nice buttery Jesus.
It's a good old buttery Jesus up in here. All right, I'm not gonna make any changes to network profile. Boy, I like to set up. No, I don't want to set up the keyboard. Manga gamer, all right.
7th expansion.
Yeah, because they did they localized the visual novel, so I guess they somehow got this as well. And whoever was working,
hold on 1 second. Son of a bitch. Alright, I turned it down a bunch. Let me know if the number's okay, yeah.
It was hella loud. I had
Sorry.
to discipline it strongly. I mean, what?
I'm digging the art style. I'm digging the intro.
Would you believe that this is a visual novel about a murder mystery?
You know, I mean, that kind of makes sense given the one. I don't know if all these characters normally have these weapons or if it's just for the fighting end. But the setting looks kind of like, just what I'm seeing from the stages here, kind of reminds me of like the Clue Mansion or something.
Yeah, it's a very weird game. We'll learn all about the lore in due time.
All right, this intro is running a little long. Will let me do something? I'm pressing button.
Maybe you should be able to skip it, so maybe they're not actually.
Maybe my buttons aren't working. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing's reading. This is just gonna make me sit through this again. Yes, it is. Oh, alright. Okay, we in there. We'll try option real quick. No! That wasn't... Alright. Okay, oh wait, we config? Is this what I want?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there's a config on startup option as well.
Alright, I think whatever I set to
like...
medium attack is my cancel button. So we'll figure things out slowly.
I think light attack should be confirmed.
You know,
whatever that
I'm trying that. It's not working. Alright. Blah 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 blah. Okay, select control mode, always set in. Let's see. I'm just gonna try and see if I can successfully navigate to training mode. All right. What's princess mode?
Oh, that's like easy automatic.
Okay.
I think that's like stylish mode.
I pressed back. No. All right. We're trying to
getting bodied by the menu screen.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We have multiple Ushiro Miyas, Lucifer.
So almost everyone is an Ushiro Miya.
Ava Beatrice.
Because this is
Oh, I saw Black Battler on motherfucking what's it called? Salty Bed, and he was fucking shit up.
I bet he was.
Oh, he's locked? I have to unlock this fucker? Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah, he's like an OC.
I'm digging George. We're just gonna get George and Jessica.
Battler's the game's Ryu.
Okay.
If you're curious, and the funny thing is that he has red hair and also plays literally exactly like Aoko Awazaki from Melty Blood.
Oh wow. Okay.
The girl with the jeans and the long red hair.
Oh, they have custom tag-in quotes. That's adorable. I love that. This is my favorite shit in fighting games.
Yeah, they have like this is one of those games that has like a lot of lore dedication. Like one of the characters, even Rosa, all of her moves, her entire fighting style is taken from one 15-minute scene at the very end of chapter 2 of this 8-part series.
Okay, I quit because I think for whatever reason my light attack was not bound.
Oh no.
And now,
okay, maybe that would explain.
Yeah. So now, okay, launch configuration tool. We can back in here. Controller. Weak. Not set. Yeah, there we go. All right. Already this game is starting to make just marginally more sense to me. There we go. Okay. Oh, thank God. All right, training mode. Okay, where were we? Yeah, okay. We'll give Lambda Delta. What the fuck? Alright. We're starting with George and Jessica again.
I can't even wait to just barely even be able to play anything.
Alright, so Stream has probably not seen me lab a new character or a new game in a little while, so let's just take a look at what this character's got going on.
I'm excited to see that.
One, she's got a very short skirt and a very bouncy idle stance. She looks like she might have some kind of we got a boxing sway in here, and she got some brass knuckles. I'm excited that we found the Dudley of the game. Okay. So she's got a mashing like 100 hand slap. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is 100% the boxer character.
We got some taunts. Alright. What's our throw? Do we have a throw? What does tag?
I think it's like oh yeah, it's wait.
We only have 4 buttons, right?
Yeah, it's a 4-button game. Oh, it's B plus C. That's the
Oh my god, thank you for the gift subs. The name is uppercase.
Whoa.
I appreciate this. No.
Yeah, so BC to throw.
BC. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Yo!
so you actually pick the characters. Jessica is like all punches and George is all kicks.
Okay. So they're brother and sister, and it's all punches and all kicks. Yeah.
They're actually cousins. So like, so there's like this big, super rich family who are all get isolated on this island.
Okay.
And then they start getting murdered.
Got it.
One by one.
Okay. And that's the plot of the end.
So that's the plot of the Viet. So like the first chapter of it is what the mildest like beginning of the game spoilers for the first part of a 10-year-old game.
Yeah. Y'all have been warned.
Just so that nobody yells at me. So it's basically about this very wealthy family. The grandfather has 4 children who all have their own spouses and children. Everybody comes back to this island for an annual family conference.
Okay.
And everybody wants the inheritance really, really bad.
Okay.
Because they're all in all of the adults are in big financial problems. So after the first night, people start getting murdered.
Okay.
So it's this classic murder mystery setup, but during the whole time, there's this big portrait of this woman called Beatrice, Italian Beatrice. So that's her, Beatrice. So Beatrice is the fabled.
You have to say it like that, right?
I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Okay.
So. Yes, it's very much derived from "And Then There Were None" by Agatha Christie. There's in fact numerous references to it. So, but there's this witch, and so people start getting really paranoid and scared. There's actually a witch on the island that kills everyone.
Okay.
And the first part has a really ambiguous ending, and then it becomes a it's both a murder mystery, but it's also a meta-level debate between Beatrice and Battler, the main character, over whether the genre of the fiction as a whole is a mystery or a fantasy. So they both basically have these big magical fights that are their logical arguments about why.
Are you serious? They're having debates about the nature of the work they're in, and it's portrayed through combat.
Yeah, and there's all of these they're slashing with their cool sword of truth or whatever towards each other. And there's also crazy magic battles that happen because that's Beatrice's interpretation of this is what happened.
Right.
According to me.
I see.
And so Battler is trying to deny that it was done by witches.
I see.
So that's why everyone has all of these all their crazy magical fight scenes all over the place.
I see.
There's and a million witches.
So what we're doing when we're playing this game is we're actually playing out a pretty complicated theoretical debate.
Yes. Oh, and in fact, that's actually a very big mechanic that I totally forgot to mention.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. So, okay. So in this game, one of the ways that you can use your meter is a mechanic called meta declare, which basically is you are taking over the meta world and essentially declaring your interpretation.
Okay.
So it costs 2 bars to do this, and it gives you unlimited meter for a certain amount of time. So you can just do all of your supers as many times as you want for that period. But your opponent can stop this from happening by doing a meta declare counter, and spending 2 bars of meter. Okay. And then you can counter declare, and they can counter declare, and you can spend your last meter to do a counter declare. And I believe it also reduces the time that you're able to be in meta world each time you do this. So
I see.
the spending the meter can have a point.
This is
amazing. I believe you can do some chances with it. Yeah.
Let's see. Also, I think I noticed a dash cancel in here somewhere. I can't tell what led to it, but oh, there we go. Oh, it puts my tag partner on cooldown. Interesting.
Oh, when you dash cancel, that's really fascinating. I did not. Yeah, that totally does. Huh. Yeah, there are some things that use that that meter. Usually they're based on some of the tag mechanics. Like you can do your full like combo and then end it with a tag and continue the combo that way. That's a pretty common way of doing things. I think you might be able to declare mid combo. I know that you have to be grounded, except there's one character that can meta declare in the air. I'm gonna try playing that character actually. Real good.
I'm worried. I'm going into the holiday break soon, and I'm worried that the VN and game combo will just become entirely my shit.
I think so I lobbied hard for Irene to read it, so I think she has them.
Yeah, we might just end up playing it together. There's way too much.
You guys really should.
There's way too much encouragement
really
from chat right now. Alright, I think I gotta try out some different characters though, because thank you, Moth Dude, for oh my god. Alright, normal mode. Let's see. So
let me look at Mizumi so I could just tell you.
Alright, I'm picking Lucifer and Scythe Girl, Erika Furudo. Oh, she's also like floating.
I think
I'm into it.
Yeah, she is. I mean, she's the demon. She's Lucifer.
Right.
I feel like it's totally fine for you to. I don't think you'll get any spoilers playing this fighting game because all of this shit is so buck wild and crazy.
Yeah, I think
you'll have no idea what's happening.
I think what's more likely is I'm gonna play some shit, and when I see a reference to it in game, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, she hit her with the crouch fierce."
Yeah, that's gonna. I'm really looking forward to that moment.
Damn,
what do we have? Yeah, we've got a. Yeah, she's like I think Lucifer's kind of like a rush down. I don't really know what Erika's deal is. I think she might be bad.
I like the energy, like just random energy knife projection out of nowhere. Means you don't have to make her carry around the weapon all the time.
Yeah, that's. I love like mechanics like that where a character just like produces some weird shit. Dizzy is one of my favorite examples of that. Dizzy is like a vampire savior character in the level to which just produces whatever she needs to have an attack animation.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what does her moves look like. Is she okay? Flying, reasoning. Alright, so double jump I understand. Flying, reasoning. Little gray cells. Propose a theory. Slice the cheese in 2. Slice the cheese in 4. Fire goats. And her meta is a perfect corpse examination. Oh, in midair, okay.
She's the detective, if you couldn't tell. She has all the powers of a detective. like a giant glowing scythe. I'm really sure that Hercule Poirot had one of those, right?
Yeah, this is a classic dating back to Encyclopedia Brown. I was super hyped when he got the side power up in season 3.
Yeah, it's just like, damn. Remember when Sherlock pulled out that energy sword?
Oh, okay, we got. So I'm liking this. Oh, okay, no, they weren't dumb enough to give me too much off this. But that's an instant overhead that's worth looking out for. Oh, you can only do the meta super if you've got a successful meta declare going. Got it.
Yeah.
Erica, yeah, Erica's not really doing it for me too much. Let's look at the rest of the roster a little bit more. I figure I'll spend
Yeah, what
another
do you-
like 10 or 15 minutes in training mode, and then we can play some games.
I'm trying to think of who to push you
Who
towards.
has
like,
the air dash?
I think. Who has the Burn Castell, bottom right. She's very, very strong in this game.
Okay. We'll give
and,
this dude with Willard H. Wright. We'll give him a shot.
Yeah, Willard is supposed to be pretty good. I think he's a rushdown. So like Angie.
Mm-hmm.
Angie is the puppet character, the closest approximate to one. She's got a bunch of summons. Oh yeah, so Bernie is so weird. Bernie's got an air dash.
Yep.
And as the little gems around her are actually like you're acquiring them
Okay.
over time. And I think it's her like C buttons or something like that. They might be like her command C normals or command B.
I just want to give her move name some love real quick because we have chew them to bits from their knees down, chew them to bits up to their elbows. Here kitty kitty, here kitty death lords, the heartless mystery that penetrates all, and the heartless leviathan that consumes all.
Yeah, this girl is bad news.
Oh, I see. So these moves are they consuming her?
Yeah, so her big crystal, and she also has moves where she has like a normal where she just throws a whole bunch of crystals. That also consumes the gems.
Okay.
So she's like a big zoner. She's also got a DP. She's
Cats!
got like a... Yeah, and she has like Okizeme cats.
Yep.
I know that her like the dirtiest trick I know that she can do is because she can meta declare in air. Yeah, you can do meaty adorable kitty cats.
I see.
I also love that her DP makes a whole bunch of cats fall down, and those cats are like look exactly like the Oki cats, which is very annoying.
Okay. We got the slow projectile cat. Yeah.
The super dirty lame thing that I have seen a bunch of people do with this character is meta declare in air, and then her meta super is like this. It's basically like May's whale super,
Okay.
but it also creates a big splash on the ground. So she can just do that in air, and then she can do that just like over and over and over again, and do like a ton of chip damage. And it looks very, very annoying.
So this dude is Johnny.
Yes, he's got his Yaido.
Yeah.
Yaido of logical arguing. This is not actually.
Yeah. Who made this?
This is not French
not
bread.
right?
Yeah, it's not French bread. The developer actually looked this up. They are not known.
Huh.
Like they did it for 7th expansion, and whoever the actual like fighting game, because 7th expansion is like mostly just this one guy who wrote and drew all of the When They Cry visual novels.
Okay.
So whoever the fighting game dev team is, they were either like a work for hire that have not put their actual name on the project, or they're some totally unknown studio.
Or it's actually fucking like Neo G or some shit, and he's just like, I can't put my name on this shit, so
Yeah, the developer cream is credited to 7th expansion, which kind of just means that it must have been like a work for hire.
right.
Which is different than Melty, because Melty was a Dojin game. Like that was a fan game of Tsukihime. Whereas this is an official game. And
So Yuzuhiha in chat is broaching a frightening metatextual possibility that maybe a witch developed it.
Shit. Oh my god.
All right, I'll do one more round in training mode real quick. All right, we're picking Shannon and Cannon. Oh, the loading screen art is adorable. Oh, it's all fan art.
Yeah, I think it's all like fan art. Yeah.
All right, I got. Okay,
Pretty
we got
sure.
a rolling cart, and this is.
Oh yeah. When I talked about I tweeted recently about how like the best fighting game character is a clumsy maid.
Yep.
I was talking about this character.
This maid has Aegis Reflector as a normal, or as a special.
Yes. Press her like I think it's her like normal medium where she like bows and she says she's sorry and like it's an overhead.
It's the Potemkin.
Yeah, she's got the futon.
Potemkin has. Oh, and it's cancelable into Aegis Reflector. Jesus. Hey, arcade.
Yes, really cute. I love this move so much. Yeah, so she's got Aegis Reflector. She's got like a down.
She feeds the birds.
Yeah, and she also like summons seagulls. She's very adorable. I actually have thought about playing this character. Yeah, and she summons seagulls. What else does she do? I think that's it. She's got like this kind of weird projectile minigame.
All right, let's see what Cannon's up to. She's got. Okay. She's straightforward in her weapon. Oh, we got command dash. I'm into it.
Oh, Cannon is a boy actually.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like so. Cannon and Shannon are both they're both family servants who happen to be there on the night.
Got it.
Where everyone gets murdered.
Yes. Our yearly night family murder.
Right, and he has a magic sword for reasons.
Okay. All right. Cannon not feeling so much. Let's see what I can do with. Oh no, not princess mode. We'll go with Shannon and Burn Kestel was the one with the cats, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's her.
All right, gonna take a couple more minutes and let's get some games in. All right, so she's got KKK. All right, this all makes sense. Is there an assist mechanic? Oh wow, auto guard. The maid gives you auto guard as her buff. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, how do those? I was just looking up how those work.
All right,
yeah.
the cat's
So
important.
oh yeah, when you switch characters, you give the passive ability. So basically, you give Bernie's ability to Shannon.
Okay.
When she switches and vice versa. And then there's Assault Touch. So you do that. That happens as well when you do the offensive thing. And oh yeah, and when you meta declare, you have both abilities at the same time.
Okay.
And yeah, let's see. Abilities. Meta World. Yeah, you press ABC for meta declare. And let's see. Yeah, how does the touch system work? Okay. Alright, so all of the tag systems are called touch for some reason.
Okay.
So there is normal touch, which is just like a raw tag. It reduces your guard gauge by 50%, and it switches your character. I think pretty much all of these switches reduce the guard gauge.
Okay.
Attack touch is just like tagging while you're in the middle of a combo.
Okay.
And you can also, let's see. Yeah, you can also do this while blocking, and it also costs a bar of meter, and that's it's basically like an alpha counter.
Okay.
And you can also do it while you were in hit stun, so that's the burst mechanic, basically.
Got it. Yeah.
And it requires 2 bars of meter to do that, and it takes a really long time for your gauge to refill. It's 15 seconds. And then there's also this thing called Assault Touch, where if you do quarter circle forward and the tag button, you will do like a full body invincible rush forward.
Okay.
That costs 2 bars. And will switch your characters if it hits. Kind of a weird one. Okay. I think that's it. Oh yeah, stun is kind of a thing in here. That's why that character Angie, who's the puppet character, is kind of broken. Is because she has like super dirty mix-ups with her summons, but she also like increases your stun damage, and she has like her meta super does like a ton of stun damage.
That was Angie. Okay. I'm gonna take a look at her real quick then. Thank you.
Yeah, you should. I think you should probably take a look at her.
Oh shit.
She might be up your alley.
I mashed so hard I went back to the menu. Oh, not. Oh. What? What did I do? Random. Yes. Alright. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, alright, she's following me around.
Oh yeah, so that's a
Oh, I summoned Lucifer.
A very don't even worry about it. But yeah, you summon him and he does some weird stuff. You do some Oki with it.
Got it. Oh, okay, so I have to summon him, and then he follows me around. Oh, and it's random when I summon?
And then when you...
Or no?
I don't know if it's random what you... I don't think...
Okay, no.
It might just be done with...
Yeah, I think I was doing different inputs, and they're all summons, but they all give you different thing. Okay, so from here... Okay. Let's see what else is in the command list. Alright, go Sakutaro, summon the Seven Sisters, summon Mammon, and German Suplex. Okay.
Oh yeah, Mammon is in this game. My OC,
your namesake. Alright, well, let's see what
Mammon
the suplex was.
Mammon is Angie's girlfriend.
That's a pretty good suplex. Oh, but she slaps you twice on a regular throw. That's also pretty good.
Yeah, she also has oh my god, yeah, that's right, she's got a command throw. Yeah, Angie is a dirty character. Like, I think she's like very well played with somebody who can get her in, and then she just does like mix-ups and Oki and increases your stun gauge, and it's the nightmare.
Damn it. I was trying to see if they'd let me do like standing re-jump infinites, but they appear to have caught that one. Alright, fuck it. Let's play some video games.
Yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's figure out how to do that too.
Arcade versus
I guess
training.
we can just create a room.
Yeah. Let's see. Network. Alright. I will create a lobby. It will be private. Create. Alright. Invite. Wow, I've never seen the Steam UI in like, this is I think 1024 by 768. You would think that the invite UI would be smart enough to figure out who else I know is playing this video game and just highlight them or something. Alright, we in here. My actions are wait, pass, invite, and leave. Wait, ready?
Oh,
Ready.
ready?
There
I
we
think
go.
I'm ready.
Okay, we in there.
Oh no, we did it. We did it.
Yeah,
I played a video game.
we're playing video games. Alright,
okay.
I'm gonna try... Shannon and Bernie? You were calling her Bernie?
Yeah.
Bernie
Fern
Sanders.
Costello Sanders.
Yeah.
Alright,
Oh,
I'm
we
gonna
got
also
pre-round
play.
movement? Yeah.
Yeah, we got pre-round movement, like,
I could put out multiple
yeah, you
of
can't-
these?
you-
Jesus. Oh. Alright, you got burn knuckle? Oh.
yeah. He's
Oh,
got
really?
yeah, he's got burn knuckle. Whoa, dang.
Oh, alright, tag hits high.
Oh wow.
Woo.
Whoa, okay.
Alright, time for some cats.
Right.
Oh wow, those cats go pretty fucking far.
Yeah, they sure do.
Oh.
Woo!
Was that burst? Yeah. The tag burst.
Yeah, that was burst.
Oh. Oh, I got a double jump too.
Yeah, she's got some really wild movement.
You got some combos. Oh, nice. Oh. Oh.
Oh wait, let's see
Oh,
if I can
shit.
do that. Wait.
I see a
How do
clock
I
in the
do
background. Oh.
I forgot how to meta super.
I'm running
I'll
that.
just
Oh
leave
my
it out.
god, checkmate. So, Scribe, thank you so much for the kind words. Glad we could help. Oh. Alright.
Oh, I'm starting off in player 2. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
Oh. Oh, there we go.
Whoop.
Yeah. Who needs travel time
Oh, yeah,
on a
this is-
projectile?
Yeah, jeez. Whoa.
Oh. I see. So basically, I think it looks like characters' individual combos seem at least kind of limited at a really basic level, so that you can incentivize tags because those tags give you like a free cancel.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, basically. I think that's how it works, because it seems like any combo that feels like it's worth anything is like meta combo of some kind. Woo!
Oh, and you got to hold that corner position in the very beginning. If that's where you got knocked down, that's rough. Oh. Oh. Oh, we got the Oki cats. Oh. Ah. God, the sound of too much VO is like this is
Actually-
my comfort zone. Like, this is what I love. Oh, footsies.
Oh, I'm getting used to the not having dust on the right button. Whoa! How did I get caught in that? Jeez. Woo!
Oh. What?
Oh, that goes right through the projectile. Looks like.
Oh. Oh, it started. It spawned behind you. Damn it. Oh. Oh.
Oh, I think it's like. Wait, is it A and B for the? Yeah, there we go. I think it's A and B for the. Oh shit.
This kind of reminds me of
Oh,
Zato.
no. Zoned. Oh, this little. Hey, do you want some tea?
She's very thoughtful. Alright, we're gonna give those two another chance real quick.
I'm gonna try. Some random stuff.
The first movement. Oh shit! You got a gun?
Yes. So I've got a Winchester.
Oh.
Specifically.
Shades of Elfelt.
Wow, I heard that. This is not top tier. From what I know.
Oh, I'll take it.
Actually, she is supposed to be pretty good. She has her. I think her passive is like her passive can disable your. Whoa! Oh my god.
That's right. Hit him with the Gomen Nasai, Shannon.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty gnarly. Oh! Damn, you got the G Gundam in here?
Look at this.
Oh my god.
My finger
Phoenix,
is
right?
shining with the burning powder. Yeah, he's kind of a Phoenix, right, for sure. Whoa, oh my god. How did I end up there?
Oh wow.
Wow, that feels really dirty. For that poor girl.
It's because he holds her for just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh. Oh wow. Oh, okay. I think something I did, or I think something you hit me with put me in tag cooldown, basically. Oh wow.
Dang. Yeah, there's something there. I don't know. That's really interesting, because some of these things seem to really hit you and others have not. Yeah, zoning does not work, but that definitely does.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Alright. We got full meter Bernie. Let's see what we can do with it.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Wait, what is the input for that shit?
I think that was half circle back forward C. Yeah.
Half circle. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was something. Wow. Like I'm really trying to grab you. Oh shit. Oh my god, I keep on trying to sweep with. I assigned tag to my fourth button, which is dust.
Yeah.
That probably wasn't a clever move. Why does Birdie have a whale? She's a witch.
Hey, what up, Yuzumanabe? How you been, homie? You would come through for this game. Shouts to Yuzu. Alright, I'll try. Fuck it. We random selecting out here. Oh, I got Bernie again. I got the team I just picked in random select. All right, whatever.
Hit side. Whoa! Was that a throw?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Yeah. If y'all don't know Yuzu, she's one of the homies who helps run Cali Burst. Occasionally runs Melty, Plus R, all kinds of other poverty stuff, and she's back running Plus R this weekend. It's gonna be sick.
Woo! Ah! Oh my god! It didn't let me go. Oh what?
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Oh, nice. Oh, the tag combos.
Tag combos.
Oh. I have not played the visual novel to this. It's on my to-do list, apparently.
Well,
Also, Scriba, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome to the crew. Alright. Woo! Wait, so does only one of those cats have a hitbox? Yeah, it looks like it. So
Yeah, I think
there's
that's
just a
only
bunch
the
of cats
super-
running around unrelated to the
Yeah.
That's funny as hell. Shouts to cats. Woo. Oh. This is unrelated to what we're doing, but have you watched Love Live at all?
Oh, I used to play the gachapon
Got it.
for a little bit, but oh my god.
Oh, Yuzu's saying, I believe the version you press has a different cat that hits, so it's a mix-up. Oh my god, that's fucked up. In the most hilarious way possible.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Oh god. Oh. Yo! Okay, that was kind of cool. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been really cool if I was right next to you.
You're not furniture. Alright, that's
Ooh.
Can I lame it out?
Let's see. Oh. Oh no. Oh, I got
Oh my god.
checkmated. Oh wow, and these sets are keeping track of our,
Yeah,
of our
another
ranking
round.
points. Ooh. Alright. Oh, you're interrupting my
Oh, wow,
tag.
you can do that. You can do that way faster than I thought you could.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, so there is some health recovery, and it happens when you tag.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens when you tag. You can see it because it's that shadowy part
Yeah.
of your,
That's interesting.
Oh, we had a clash there.
Oh, and so she can use the double jump and the air dash in the same jump. You got air. Do we have air grabs in this game?
Oh, I don't know. I actually think the answer to that is no.
Interesting.
You don't want to let me have this, huh?
Oh. Your VO that led to that attack was pretty
shit!
great.
How did that happen? Oh man.
Oh, the tag is overhead.
Dang. That was a good match.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm gonna keep random selecting. That was good. Cannon and Shannon. Made this reflector? Oh no.
Made this. That's pretty good.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Oh, okay.
Alright, I'm gonna try using keeping with Bernie. So it's like quarter circle back forward to do the meta or the meta super.
I think it was half circle back forward, but yeah.
Or half circle back forward.
Oh man, the proxy guard in this is kind of ridiculous. Nice.
Oh yeah, she's got. Yeah, this is.
Oh, auto guard on that. Okay.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, guard. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, cats. Oh no. Oh, I can hold that down, I think? Ooh. I kind of like the clock reminder, actually.
Yeah, I actually really like it.
Oh. Oh no, nice buttons. No scumbaggery for you? Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh, shit!
Or you could just win it.
Hopping boy.
Oh, that looks
Woo!
cool. Oh!
Whoa.
Woo! That's right. Get him with the Gomen that side. Woo!
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, that was
That was good. That
the
was
red
good.
health that got you.
Yeah, I realized too late. I was like, oh shit, I need to tag out. And then I was in the air and could not tag out. Alright. Runaway and Lambda Delta.
It has some sort of weird.
Oh, so it's forward, half circle, forward for the meta super.
Forward, half circle.
Yeah.
Wait.
So
Forward and
then
half circle
yeah,
forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow,
Gotcha.
this dude's walk speed is ass.
Yeah, he's very strange. I don't really get what his deal is. Oh, I love Beatrice. Beatrice.
Alright, he's got some big buttons here. We got long legs.
Yeah, and he's got this
Oh!
shield that I don't know what's
Okay.
going on. Wow, it just lets you walk into me, apparently. Whoa. I'm gold.
Enchantment.
Ugh.
Alright, I have no idea what those are, but we tagging this boy out. Alright, Lambda Delta, show me what you got.
Whoa, what was that?
Oh. Yeah, they look like counters, mouth dude.
Oh,
Oh, good burst.
oh, I don't think that I got any recoverable health for that.
Oh,
so.
yeah, you might sacrifice it. It would be kind of weird if they gave you recoverable
Yeah.
health on a burst.
Yeah, you totally sacrifice it. Okay, probably shouldn't have done that.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, your projectile invincible during that.
It just bounced right off. Oh.
Stop throwing roses at me, I hate it.
Woo. Nice.
Ugh.
Ah, okay. Didn't get all of them.
Dang it, right there. I'm glad there was a limit to that
Yeah.
armor. Let me use my dictator slide.
Alright, fuck it. Word?
Fuck it.
Oh.
Lots of candy. Yeah, Lambda Delta loves to throw candy at people.
Oh. Oh my god.
Whoa, alright. I'm just gonna put you in a little box.
Oh. I just ate a bunch of shit. Oh. Oh, nice.
Woo!
I'm enjoying that when we play the random shit, there's like a moment where we both get good enough that we can't talk because we've got other shit to do.
Yeah, I was like...
Oh. Oh, nice. It's a... what's his name? Andy Bogard super.
God, it's just so good. Like, I love seeing most fighting game movesets are a combination of references to the work in question and references
To other fighting games.
to fighting games.
Yeah.
Which is like really good when you get to see like your favorite character do like some Terry Bogard shit.
Yeah. Well, and Sailor Moon is my favorite example of that because it's like it's a bunch of attacks that are inspired by like the attacks that they do in the show or in the manga. Was there Sailor Moon manga? Okay.
Yeah, that was the
I see. But the throws in Sailor Moon are all this like obnoxious pro wrestling shit, and it's amazing. You get to see I think it's Sailor Jupiter does the giant swing, and it's a 1-frame 360 command grab. Oh, get stepped on.
Oh shit.
Combos. And it's because like when you're trying to think about what a character's supposed to do and you're porting them from something else into a fighting game, it's like, okay, cool, you have a couple signature attacks, you can figure that one out. But what are if you are making the Sailor Senshi, what are all their punches and kicks, you know?
Yeah, right? Like how do you figure that out?
Yeah. And
you kind of have to go through that shit.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases you're just like, okay, cool, the attacks you'll end up recycling attack concepts, right? Ooh, that's a big button.
One thing that I keep on seeing more and more like examples of people like showing how much Street Fighter characters are just Fist of the North Star ripoffs.
Oh yeah.
Like so many of them. Like, oh my god, I mean so much shit.
Yeah, Irene and I watched Bloodsport last night, and there's a lot about that movie that's just like, it's just basically Street Fighter or anything else. Like, especially all the work that was happening around that time was like pretty referential, you know? It's like someone sees something cool happen in Enter the Dragon, cool, you're gonna make some shit out of it. I think that hits low, and that's why you're getting bodied, by the way.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was like, I can't figure these two guys out. I started doing random flights. Oh, there we go. Alright, we got some real projectiles.
Oh, that was pretty cool. Oh. Oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, that was a pretty good ambiguous cross edge. Whatever that jumping spinny slash was.
Yeah. That's his SRK.
Oh.
Ooh.
Have a guard break. Woo! Jesus. Oh fuck.
Fast meteor. Woo!
Hey, what up, Tasty John? Woo!
You just have your fun. Wait.
Damn it, I was trying to figure out how to do my shit.
Oh! I got guard, bro.
I think you just got chipped.
I think I just got hit right over. Yeah. Wait, is that a special? Dang.
So as a Umineko enthusiast of the source material, how does this game do it for you? Like you feel pretty happy with how things turned out for this?
I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to like. It's so interesting that they decided to make it a tag fighter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think. Oh no! One of us figured out. Wait, how is? Oh my god.
It's half circle forward and heavy. I think it might just be forward.
Oh, it's a half circle forward. Okay.
Oh.
I was like. All right,
Jesus.
there we go. Yeah, let's make this.
Does that hit high? Yeah, it hits high.
Holy good lord. It's got quite a wind up on it.
Yep.
How did it hit?
It's kind of reminding me of
Try it.
Hilda.
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
I'm scared. Oh. Woo.
Ooh.
Oh my god. The head stomp. Oh. I feel like maybe tagging into
Got some
Virgilia is
presents.
kind of rough.
Yeah, I don't know why I decided to do it as a response. Alright. Yeah, like I actually really like it. There's some wild, like some people's meta supers are like extremely ridiculous references that really just are so wild. It's like so high effort. That I really respect that dedication. Even though it's like, I would say like the maybe like animation quality is like a little rough. At times, like the attention to detail is like super on point. So like it's hard to like this couldn't have actually been an unknown studio. Is my real opinion on that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who it actually was. I mean, if it was actually secretly French bred, I don't know if I'd be totally surprised.
Oh.
Although it can't be their art style, because even Dengenki Bunko is like
Did we just get DC'd or something?
Oh, did we?
I think so. Well, whatever. Get back in there. Oh. Let's see.
Yeah, like the attention to detail, like even if the animations are sometimes a little rough, like the attention to detail on all of the actions is like completely there.
Yeah.
So like
yeah, there's like a lot of stuff that I'm seeing that I have to assume is either a reference or at least like very much in keeping with what you would expect from that character. Right.
Right. And like because this is it's a visual novel with crazy magic battles, sure. But it's also one where people spend most of their time talking about like 1980s Japanese business and politics.
Okay.
And
wow.
like love and romance. And like murder mystery debates. So there's so much stuff that's absolutely not this. So the attention to detail of like just finding like what is this character's most like iconic moment? Like what are the scenes that people most remember about this character, and just like really lovingly implementing all of those. Like Shannon's that super where you did like a lightning bolt. There's one like really iconic scene where that happens, and it's just meant to be like this one dramatic moment,
right?
Like kind of like early on in the series. So like capturing that and like fully animating it with like 2D sprites to make a move in a fighting game is like a very cool level of detail.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost more impressed by this game than a lot of others because they're taking source material. They're not taking like DBZ where it's like all of these iconic like fighting like panels or whatever, just like already there and like very easy to turn into like a game about martial arts.
Yeah.
But turning something that's not that into like a fighting game sport is really cool.
This game is closer to Phoenix Wright in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the game.
Yes. Yeah, totally. It's exactly that sort of thing. And I tend to really like those sorts of characters.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if it will let me play again for some reason.
Yeah, I'm also stuck on this kind
of... All right. I'm going to go ahead and just remake the lobby real quick.
Okay. Well, I'll just exit. Um, there's this character.
I don't see you on Steam right now. Well, okay, there we go.
Could be me who draw. There's this Examu made this fighting game Aquapaza that was based on some visual novel companies' IPs. I literally didn't know any of them. But there's this one character who's from some sort of like really traditional like dating sim.
Yeah.
And she like obviously doesn't have any like attacks or anything like that, but she's just like this clumsy like bookworm girl.
Mm-hmm.
So she just has like she's holding this huge stack of books in her arms, and almost every move that she has is just her tripping and falling and trying to catch the books. Like, nice. So she'll just trip and fall and drop this pile of books, and that's like her projectile. And then she'll like one of her main special moves is like a bookshelf appears and she trips and knocks it over. And a lot of her movement, it like really sways her back and forward. It was like, I like love that character design so much.
Yeah.
Just for that reason.
Yuzumanabe helping, reminding us that Aquapaza was NorCal's signature game for like 5 years. I remember you running it at Caliburst a while ago, I think.
I like played it. I mean, it had Examu netcode, so I was mostly playing it online. It was not a great experience, but I had a lot of fun playing that game. I think it was one of the first. It was like an early fighting game of me like trying to.
Yep.
One for serious.
That is one of the great things about fighting games. Like once you learn how to learn one, you kind of get to go back and just see all the things that you missed out on because you didn't know how to play fighting games. You know. Ooh. All right, I have Delanor.
Oh yeah, so this is our grappler.
I see.
She's got big normals.
Half circle back command grab. Okay.
And
I see
and she's got she's got I think she's got one like step over, one move where she just walks over you, and then she's got like a Potemkin Buster.
Nice.
That's just a Potemkin Buster.
Hey.
There it is. Checkmate.
That looks like that's not a command grab because I think you were blocking it. I comboed into that one.
Oh really?
Walk over grab is just normal grab. All right, I'll try it.
Yeah, it's what a move.
Potemkin Buster. Oh. This is a pretty obnoxious normal here too. Just the jump medium. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like that they managed to create a grappler out of a like not very large
yeah, so the tiniest girl.
Yeah, so they just give her range with the big sword.
Right, yeah. It's a pretty neat way to do that. And she her meta super is very like a very iconic like moment. It's a very good replication of the part where she says "die to death, sentenced to death, free equalizer is death."
Right, so you're saying people get killed a lot in the original VM, right?
So the thing is that it follows this pattern that's similar to okay. I guess you got some big towers.
Yep.
I think you have to wait, what if I declare?
I do declare.
I do meta declare. I saw Matthew make that joke earlier. I didn't forget it.
Every time everyone gets murdered, a witch just turns back time for more murders. So people are just dying all over the place.
Yeah, so it's like a time loop scenario, right?
Okay.
So so there's like 8 parts of the visual novel.
Yeah.
And each part is like, wow. Each part is it kind of replays the events from the beginning with some slight differences. So there's like so you see things from a different angle. You like kind of like learn more about the characters.
Okay.
Different people get murdered. Like there's a particular pattern to the murders. It's kind of like, and then there were none. I loved that like glasses thing where it was like, I'm about to tag team, and then
he
gets bodied.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Beatrice is known for her like really disgusting laugh. The voice acting, you can get like a voice patch for the visual novel,
which makes her more annoying, or what?
Yeah, it does. It's like a huge buff to her being a giant bitch, which is excellent, in my opinion. Oh, yeah.
Tag combos.
Really looking for an opportunity to tag out.
Not gonna lie, this is making me want a Knives Out fighting game. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Anime Knives Out, but with more like wonky time shit. I'm into it.
Yeah, they're like
Hey, what up, Super Hero?
because like one of the like Higurashi is like the predecessor to this, which has the wild Gundam like.
Okay.
And
that's right. We were talking about that last time.
And Higurashi is like interesting because it's like it takes this premise of it's like, okay, it's a murder mystery, or it's like a mystery, but it's a mystery about the cause, not the
outcome.
Yeah, because it's like different people are the murderer every time. So like, what do you do? So then it's not like about like finding a person who is a murderer. It's by finding like what is the concept that causes the murder in the first place. So this is kind of like it. Umineko kind of like takes that concept, and instead of being about like this whole, this kind of like this entire village and all of it, it's like all the shit going on in it. It's just like this really small, self-contained area, which so it's kind of crazy. I get so much mileage out of it. Oh.
So,
did you like my cool technique? It's nothing.
Is Higurashi something like? Is it best to watch? I guess the way I should phrase this is, you know, mouth sounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I recommend mouth sounds, or if I recommend any of those masterpieces to people, what I usually do is I recommend that they start with mouth sounds, because the point where you get to like, what the fuck is this guy doing, is pretty quick, right? Like, there's something that is pure about mouth sounds because he's not yet good at what he's doing, but you can see what he is doing in all its like wonderful, painful clarity, right? And then as you move your way towards the newer mouth mixtapes, he gets better at what he does, and so it flows a little better, and it's like jarring in just the right ways, and blah 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 blah. And so because of that, I usually recommend that people start with mouth sounds so that they can get the maximum like appreciation for how far he refined his craft. So this is all a long way of asking, would you recommend playing Higurashi before Umineko?
I wouldn't. I would leave it up to you.
Okay.
I think a lot of people. Well, I mean, because of oh my gosh, not paying attention to your guard break bar.
You're forgiven. There's like 8 bars to keep track of.
Whoa.
That was pretty cool.
There are a lot of bars. So like, whoop. Yeah, you definitely can. Okay, I was looking. I was kind of wondering if you can declare into combo.
I'm going to. Oh, I'm out of here. Oh, nice burst.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, so almost everyone played Umineko before Higurashi because there was no option to play Higurashi first because the last part just got translated this year. Whereas there are fan translations of Umineko like 10 years ago.
I see.
And like Higurashi is like an early work. I think it has like a very slow beginning. I think it's actually easier to play Higurashi second because Umineko like starts out stronger.
I see.
And then you get interested about like, oh, what was this person's first work like? And then like,
I guess I'm going to put you on the spot here. When it comes to your own work, would you recommend that people start with it?
Christ alive. Well, I only have. Wait, which character am I? Cannon.
AVB has left the chat.
I
would actually recommend that you never read anything I make at all.
I mean, that's. If we're being totally honest. Oh my god. You've downloaded the Rose attack. Oh my god.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's got like wait. Maybe Virgilia is what I need. Save me. Yeah, it's like the idea of like it's still like impossible for me to think about like my own work.
Sure.
Yeah, don't read any of it. No, I mean buy it on Steam, but don't read it.
Don't actually read it. Wait until you've been doing this for 20 years, and then go back and see how far you've come as a creator. When you have the when time has dulled the pain of our creative competition.
When it's like. Yeah, when I'm like, I mean, probably, I would actually say probably start with, oh shit, I was gonna hit you with that big hammer.
Start with what?
I would say to start, like, you should probably, play We Know the Double first. I mean, I'll say that I made those games sequentially. Like, I made We Know the Devil because it was like a kind of like coming of age story, and I made Heaven Will Be Mine because it's a story about adults. Like I actually wanted to like I think I had probably said this before, but I wanted to make We Know the Devil about like relationships starting, Heaven Will Be Mine about like a bunch of people who are like in the middle of their relationships, and then a final game that was about a breakup.
Yo, a fighting game that's about a breakup. Let's fucking go.
A final game. Although, damn, that would be one salty.
Right? That's how you gotta go out.
One salty game.
And then you just have characters from the other 2 games as like DLC. Smash Brothers,
God.
but for X's. Smash X!
I've always wanted. Damn. That team did not do it for me. I'm gonna start choosing my teams on purpose again.
Do it.
To compete. Yeah, let's see about this. I probably should have picked this in the other order. So I would say like Yeah. So I think that, and it's also we know the double is probably a bit more accessible, whereas Heaven Will Be Mine is very weird.
Yeah.
And so I wonder what Rio07 would say about the answer to that question. I know he wrote like he wrote this short story called Hinamizawa Bus Stop, which is like, it's got like a whole bunch of elements and even like the same characters from Higurashi, but it's like it's just like a very brief short story. I bet if somebody was like, oh, you should start with that, he would kill them. If I know anything about like
about creative.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I know, like, you should ask Christine that question too.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, she's mentioned this before, and most of her takes is like, you should never read anything I made ever. But I mentioned to her once that my first interaction with her work was don't take it personally, and and I fucking loved it. But I don't think she would recommend that. I think that is on the list of like, yeah, no one should ever engage with this ever.
Yeah, I know that's how she feels about it. Although I remember enjoying it quite a bit at the time.
Mm-hmm. I have not played digital.
Oh.
Also, are you just holding up or what's going on?
Yeah, everything got disconnected.
Oh
me.
shit. Okay.
That was like I got kicked out of Discord.
Oh.
Maybe I had an internet connection problem. Yeah, I actually can't control my character.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just hit escape. And
Oh yeah, there we go.
What'll happen?
Let's see if we fail gracefully.
It's very much it's very easy to recommend somebody else's work over.
I know. So I guess here's a better question: how would you recommend engaging with Christine stuff?
Dang, now that's a good question.
She's not watching. Don't worry.
Sends the VOD to Christine. Here's the Aevee's take. Oh, it's like such a good question though. Like, how would you like? I mean, I don't know. Like, I think one thing that I'll say is like Christine is very strong at like making really different works that have like a lot in common with each other.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I could like recommend them differently based on people's tastes.
Yeah.
I kind of like would say like I think Analog and Hate Plus are really like really good.
Yeah.
Like as like if you wanted to like get into like Christine's work, like those two as like a duology are like a really nice immersion because it's like it's a really cool execution of a concept and then a really cool iteration on that concept.
Yeah.
Like I would say do that. Like she always says to not play digital, but I feel like that. My hot take is I think too many like old curmudgeonly like indie game designers are like, oh, digital is like a diegetic old computer interface instead of a and it doesn't have any like anime looking things in it. So they feel like they can read it.
Sure.
And thus like don't have this and like feel like they can't like look at her other work,
right?
Which pisses me off quite a lot because like I think that she's like I think digital is really good, but I think also like she like has grown as an artist and like she's done and experimented with all of these other things, so it's like really cool to see her like analog and Hate Plus both build so much on things on stuff that like started with digital. It's really cool to see. It's cool to see that evolution.
Yeah.
I kind of like I'd recommend things to people differently based on whether they want like I want something that will like make me interested in this person's body of work or like I am already interested, and I want to start at the beginning and follow their growth.
We're gonna clip that sentence so you get cut off right after interested in this body. I think it's pretty.
I think she'll like that more than me. Anything I could say complimentary about her work.
I love. So I've not played all of her stuff, but I do like that from what I've seen of her work. She goes from like essentially writing text adventures and then introducing more and more, mastering more and more of the you are interacting with the story through a computer UI, right? Like,
yeah,
don't take it personally is like Facebook, the VN, right? And hate analog and hate plus is basically like reading people's emails and so on. I love reading people's emails. I love reading people's Facebook. So all that shit is great to me. But I love that, like, when we were talking with her at GDC like 2 years ago, she and I were talking about like hit stop and input buffers and combos because the game she's working on now is so different, right? And even looking at like Lady Killer and some of the ways that like that time plays into how your like how the narrative works out, right? I'm like, Christine is actually just learning the medium of video games like one step at a time, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like that's one of the things that I love and respect so much about her and her work is that like she has never stopped like wanting to learn more and experiment more. Mm-hmm. Like she just continuously like you said, it's almost like she's learning things like one step at a time. But like if she's interested in, like I remember like talking with her about this, like she was like diegetic, like I'm interested in like making visual novels and like seeing how far I can push this and how far I can push diegetic computer interfaces. Mm-hmm. And now I'm sick of that and I never want to do it again. I want to do something new now. Like I want to like design, like I want to learn how to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Like the game she's making now, she's like, I want to learn how to make an RPG. Like it's a very like, she's like really looking at it as somebody who's like there to like learn and understand this game by making it.
Yeah, it's not. I never get the impression that she's like, how do I learn enough of this thing to do XYZ? It's, this is a medium, or this is a form, this is a genre. How do I learn how to execute, like, in a way that does the genre a service, right? Or to something new.
Right, it's like, exactly. And it's like, because it's like one thing to say everyone's like, I mean, every game designer has an RPG idea.
Yeah.
Like, but like to do that and to be like, well, I need it to how does that actually work? Like, how do we actually make that? Because there's so little information really about like how this stuff works on a kind of fundamental level.
Oh yeah, trust me. As someone who's been tasked with making a fighting game.
Yeah.
With you know North American devs, I feel that 100%.
Somebody needs to like. I want a GDC lecture. Okay, here's my salty take about American game designers.
About America.
We need a whole GDC talk that's like, use iframe.
Yeah.
Put iframes in your games. What are you doing? No, stop trying to like play with physics volumes in the Unreal Engine to make realistic hit stop. No, yeah. I hate it. I want iframes. When I dodge, I'm invincible. Like, otherwise it's useless.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to understand this. I'm still like, I had a good time with God of War, but oh my god, that pissed me off.
I look forward to seeing you give that talk at the next indie soapbox. It's gonna be like, you fucking assholes, you like Dark Souls, right? Well,
you like Dark Souls. You guys are obsessed with it, and like, yet you won't put iframes in your games. Like, do you understand why Dark Souls is good? It's like, were you listening at all? Were you paying attention? Like, you can't just like make somebody lose all their money when they die and be like, that's a Dark Souls game. Sorry.
Aevee, this is everything I've always ever wanted out of a stream session, so thank you.
Okay. You can clip that and play it in front of your team. Oh, and then we gotta do it right for the Japanese, like Western developers going. We're gonna make it correct this time.
Yeah.
Japanese.
Oh my god.
It makes me mad.
Yeah.
It makes me so mad, and the reason why it makes me the most mad is because they don't think about things like iframes,
Yeah.
and like they miss the most obvious things.
Yeah. This is interesting to me because this came up in a conversation that I was having with some fighting game players and some fighting game designers, and we were talking about hold to tech, right? So air tech, you know, you've got air tech, you got black beats, you've got gameplay around like getting people to mash tech so that you can set up for counter hits and all that kind of stuff, right? But at a very basic level, air tech has some challenges, and the main one that comes up is if you don't know how air tech works, then you're gonna find yourself getting hit by things that you didn't have to get hit by, right? Like,
Yeah.
people play Street Fighter and they assume that if they hold back, eventually they'll be able to block, and air tech doesn't let you do that, right? So Uni has hold to tech, and I think Strive just got rid of air tech completely, except for wall break scenarios, which is weird as hell. But I've heard a lot of folks say like, hey, like hold to tech is just better. Why wouldn't you just have hold to tech? And I was generally inclined to agree. Like, I think hold to tech has some cost, but it wasn't until I was playing Plus R recently that I realized that it's actually input buffers that give hold to tech a reason to kind of exist more than otherwise, right? Like, and it's because with input buffers, combos get more consistent, and tech inputs also get more consistent because they're buffered, right? And so when you get blackbeated, it just felt like you're an idiot because you weren't mashing, right? But when I'm playing Plus R and I see that like that game has like barely any input buffer, right? So what happens is sometimes you need to know where the tech opportunity is. You need to know where someone is going to drop their fucking combo, right? And then you need to input a tech better than they can input their combo, which is also likely to be dropped. And so like you get a lot of really interesting gameplay out of black beat combos and out of mashing and out of it's essentially a bet as to whether your opponent is going to get the hard part of their combo, right?
But interesting.
If you've only been playing fighting games with input buffers that are 3 frames or longer, then you're never going to appreciate that.
So that's actually a very interesting way of justifying that, because I would have said like it's really hard to deal with like techs in general as somebody who's not, or at least for having to mash tech, because then it's like, oh my god, what do I like? If I mash tech, then I miss out on these other things.
Yeah.
Which is like sometimes a cost benefit analysis, but then it's like like one of those features where it's like it becomes super meaningful when you like understand the whole system better, you know?
Exactly. And you know, for something like Guilty Gear, for most anime fighting games, like they bet on the people who want to play it sticking around long enough to learn the shit, right? But the reason this particular example cracked me up is it is exactly the kind of like hubris that we're talking about, right? Fuck it, you can have it. It is exactly the kind of hubris we're talking about, but it would make sense if you had the experience of playing old fighting games at a competitive level, right? And it's the difference between having an understanding of why they chose to make this decision, right? I'm not saying I like hold to tech is a terrible idea or that it dramatically reduces depth.
Oh no, right. It's like it's just that like the reason why they came up with that idea was because of this specific reason.
Because
like,
it made sense. It made sense at the time. And when people look back at things and don't understand why they made sense, then they're going to be huge idiots about understanding what the fix is.
Right, exactly. I mean, like, that's the, like, we've talked about this before. I feel like we always complain about this, but it's something that I'm always going to complain about, which is that game designer hubris.
Yeah.
You know, about, like, I can do it, like, well, why is it, it's just complicated for no reason. Like, we can do this better, right?
Yeah.
But
actually, there is a reason. There's always a reason.
Right, but it's like, okay, somebody thought this was a good idea,
Yeah.
and you know what? They might have been fucking wrong.
Yeah.
But they did think it was a good reason for some reason, and
Yeah.
if we don't know what that reason was, then we're maybe deleting it at our own peril because we don't actually understand why it was there in the first place. I feel like that.
And like, I think the missing step that people run into is like you may think something is not a great idea, right? But the person who implemented and thought of it now has more insight into whether it worked or not than you do, right? And at the very least, they got to see, oh my God. They got to go through an iteration cycle with that mechanic. All right. Oh. All right, let's see what this does.
Oh yeah, that's her. Oh dear.
Badler, please do not grope your sister. Yeah, that's right. All right, let's get one more game in. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I want to bug you about real quick after the stream, if that's okay. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd love that. But
I think the TLDR of like half of our streams together is just like fucking game designers.
Game designers. Well, I mean, it's like, yeah, you just need to like appreciate, like, that I feel like I believe that very strongly because as somebody who again is definitely more of a fighting game enthusiast than an actual like player. Oh yeah, here are the actual Tohos that are in this game.
And don't give me that shit, by the way. You are a fighting game player. You do not need to be competitive to call yourself a fighting game player. And we entered a tournament together and we went like 3-3.
Damn, we did. All right. Thank you for the pep talk.
Yeah, I just pop bustered a fighting game player.
And I'm going to shoot you with this gun as many times as I possibly can. But that's the thing, is that like it's one, like when I came to fighting games, I was like, whoa, I really like them, I want to play them better, like I think that I know better, and so like this is what I think would make them better. And like the more that I play fighting games, like sometimes my opinions don't change, and I'm like, that is whack. I'm not sure if I like that or if I want to play that sort of game. Personally, but I'm also like, well, it's because I don't want to play that sort of game, and now I understand why that was there in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I feel like I could give it like I've been thinking about this with like Xrd and stuff, but like, and I don't love every single thing in Xrd, but I'm like, oh, I can even see why like weight classes and stuff like that, nonsense like weight classes exist. Like it makes like combos like a really, really big problem. And it makes it like, and for people who really like that stuff, it becomes so much more interesting when like, if it's like really entertaining to do situational combos, and that becomes, oh yeah, die the death. Oh yeah, hell yeah, great equalizer is the death. Fuck yeah, we did it. I'm glad we got that one on the stream.
I had to get you talking about something long enough to land that fucker.
Anyways.
Yeah, like
even that, it's like
the deeper you dig into this shit, it doesn't mean you're gonna love everything. Sometimes it means you'll find stuff that you used to love that you hate, right?
Yeah, right. Then it's like, oh, but I understand why that was there. It's because it does actually like serve this really interesting purpose, where it like makes this particular aspect of the game like more complicated in a way that's like really interesting to a good portion of its audience. And you're not gonna command me through me 3 times. 2 is the limit. Damn it! No, I knew it!
But not 3 times in a row.
Not 3 times in a row. Just 2 times in a row twice.
All right. Thank you so much
right.
for coming through. This was an amazing stream. Way more
Yeah,
fun than
I
playing
had
on
a
Fight
great time.
Cade, but we'll figure out this Fight Cade stuff. Cayenne sent me a tip that might help fix things, so maybe next time we'll get on that. If not, we'll get on something else. But always a
love
pleasure to have you here. You are game to play anything, and I respect the hell out of it. So, and also shouts to you for being able to explain a good amount of this shit while playing this video game. This is why I can't get anyone else to engage in this kind of stream. It's because you are the only person who is daring enough to engage in both fascinating conversation and engaging conversation about the creative process and about the art of making video games and all kinds of things around them, while also bodying each other with some fucking crazy ass murder waifus. So that's what's up. And also thank you for the recommendation. This game was amazing. To everyone else,
of course.
to everyone else who came out and watched, thank you so much. We do this every Thursday. I'm looking forward to the next one with renewed vigor and gusto. So I will be back on Monday with more, normal stream stuff, Guilty Gear and the like. But Thursday is when the real shit comes out. Thursday is when we bring out that cask strength, that shit you ain't never seen before, or that shit that I haven't seen before, and y'all teach me how to play. So we're gonna do this again real soon. Until then, peace out, y'all. Thank you for coming. Love your life. Be good to one another and play fighting games. Mwah.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye, Tuesday train. I'm looking for a milestone, but doesn't seem to be one on this path. It's far from my own. Goodbye, Wednesday train. I'm looking for a very